Who is Albert Camus? Albert Camus, born on 7 November 1913 and died on 4 January 1960, was a French philosopher, author, dramatist, journalist, world federalist, and political activist. He was the recipient of the 1957 Nobel Prize in Literature at the age of 44, the second youngest recipient in history. His works include The Stranger, The Plague, The Myth of Sisyphus, The Fall, and The Rebel. Camus was born in Algeria during the French colonization to pied-noir parents. He spent his childhood in a poor neighborhood and later studied philosophy at the University of Algiers. He was in Paris when the Germans invaded France during World War II in 1940. Camus tried to flee but finally joined the French resistance, where he served as editor-in-chief at Combat, an outlawed newspaper. After the war, he was a celebrity figure and gave many lectures around the world. He married twice but had many extramarital affairs. Camus was politically active. He was part of the left that opposed Joseph Stalin and the Soviet Union because of their totalitarianism. Camus was a moralist and leaned towards anarcho-syndicalism. He was part of many organizations seeking European integration. During the Algerian War, 1954–1962, he kept a neutral stance, advocating a multicultural and pluralistic Algeria, a position that was rejected by most parties. Philosophically, Camus' views contributed to the rise of the philosophy known as absurdism. Some consider Camus' work to show him to be an existentialist, even though he himself firmly rejected the term throughout his lifetime. Top 50 quotes by Albert Camus. Don't walk in front of me. I may not follow. Don't walk behind me. I may not lead. Walk beside me. Just be my friend. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. Man is the only creature who refuses to be what he is. Nobody realizes that some people expend tremendous energy merely to be normal. Should I kill myself, or have a cup of coffee? Live to the point of tears. But in the end one needs more courage to live than to kill himself. In the midst of winter, I found there was, within me, an invincible summer. And that makes me happy. For it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there's something stronger, something better, pushing right back. You know what charm is? A way of getting the answer yes without having asked any clear question. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. I may not have been sure about what really did interest me, but I was absolutely sure about what didn't. Blessed are the hearts that can bend, they shall never be broken. Autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower. An intellectual? Yes. And never deny it. An intellectual is someone whose mind watches itself. I like this, because I am happy to be both halves, the watcher and the watched. Can they be brought together? This is a practical question. We must get down to it. I despise intelligence. Really means, I cannot bear my doubts. I opened myself to the gentle indifference of the world. When I look at my life and its secret colors, I feel like bursting into tears. Fiction is the lie through which we tell the truth. Real generosity towards the future lies in giving all to the present. To be happy, we must not be too concerned with others. The purpose of a writer is to keep civilization from destroying itself. In order to understand the world, one has to turn away from it on occasion. I used to advertise my loyalty, and I don't believe there is a single person I loved that I didn't eventually betray. Always go too far, because that's where you'll find the truth. At the heart of all beauty lies something inhuman. When the soul suffers too much, it develops a taste for misfortune. O light! This is the cry of all the characters of ancient drama brought face to face with their fate. This last resort was ours, too, and I knew it now. In the middle of winter I at last discovered that there was in me an invincible summer. I do not believe in God and I am not an atheist. I had only a little time left and I didn't want to waste it on God. People hasten to judge in order not to be judged themselves. I leave Sisyphus at the foot of the mountain. One always finds one's burden again. But Sisyphus teaches the higher fidelity that negates the gods and raises rocks. He too concludes that all is well. This universe henceforth without a master seems to him neither sterile nor futile. Each atom of that stone, each mineral flake of that night-filled mountain, in itself, forms a world. The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Since we're all going to die, it's obvious that when and how don't matter. Do not wait for the last judgment. It comes every day. I have no idea what's awaiting me, or what will happen when this all ends. For the moment I know this. There are sick people and they need curing. Seeking what is true is not seeking what is desirable. I looked up at the mass of signs and stars in the night sky and laid myself open for the first time to the benign indifference of the world. There is not love of life without despair about life. If something is going to happen to me, I want to be there. Man is always prey to his truths. Once he has admitted them, he cannot free himself from them. Some people talk in their sleep. Lecturers talk while other people sleep. Every act of rebellion expresses a nostalgia for innocence and an appeal to the essence of being. What is called a reason for living is also an excellent reason for dying. I would rather live my life as if there is a God and die to find out there isn't, than live my life as if there isn't and die to find out there is. When you have once seen the glow of happiness on the face of a beloved person, you know that a man can have no vocation but to awaken that light on the faces surrounding him. In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. There is scarcely any passion without struggle. I rebel, therefore I exist. The literal meaning of life is whatever you're doing that prevents you from killing yourself. Men are never convinced of your reasons, of your sincerity, of the seriousness of your sufferings, except by your death. So long as you are alive, your case is doubtful. You have a right only to their skepticism. It is the job of thinking people not to be on the side of the executioners. Life can be magnificent and overwhelming, that is the whole tragedy. Without beauty, love, or danger it would almost be easy to live.